Francisco, California, city of content. I'm in a weird mood because of the eclipse. I'm gonna blame everything on the eclipse. Right now, the Cancer solar eclipse is just a couple days away. Got my tarot cards, got my detox tea to get me through. And we need a lot of detoxification because it's eclipse season and you're probably feeling all kinds of, I hate when people say feel the feels, but it is a feel the feels kind of time right now. Wish there was a better expression. Feel your feelings. And we're also right on the verge of a Mercury retrograde in Cancer. We're in Cancer season. We're just feeling all kinds of old, maybe beyond old, archaic wounds and stuff from our childhood, mother wounds, especially with Cancer. Cancer is the archetype of the mother, so you're probably feeling a lot of old, wherever you had felt unmothered or where you need to be a better mother to yourself is coming up right now. And literally it's the archetype of home. In tarot, it's the Chariot, which is about taking the home with you wherever you go in the world, but it's also our physical home. So a lot of people have been purging their physical homes, and I know I just had a big purge today, which felt amazing, where I got rid of some old furniture I donated, and I just cleared out a lot of stuff. I completely organized, revamped, got rid of a lot of clutter. I just didn't want any more clutter in my apartment. So that felt amazing to finally just let go of stuff, which is a great way to use this Cancer eclipse energy. And I didn't actually expect it to come so quickly. I was kind of amazed how fast, I mean, I guess it's not that far away, but for some reason with the eclipses, you always think it's gonna show up, you know, a day before the eclipse or a day after, but this energy's been brewing like all week. And probably because Mercury is also stationing to go retrograde in Cancer. Well, actually it's gonna start in Leo, but then go back into Cancer very quickly. And we've also just come off of this very intense week where we had, when the moon's in Aries, it hits all of those points where it triggers, it sets off all those eclipse points. First it hits Chiron, which is painful, and then it sets off all of the nodal points, Cancer, Capricorn, which are the eclipse points, and of course that whole, as we've been talking about now for months, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. They're not actually conjunct right now, but that stellium in Capricorn keeps getting set off. And we had Mars also in Cancer, which actually it's, I think, just about to leave. I actually lost track of Mars, which is not good since he's my ruling planet. I believe he's about to go into Leo. I'll probably put a note in this video because I'm typical Mercury station, don't have the detail off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it hasn't happened yet. I'm pretty sure Mars is still in Cancer, but he's separating. I know that from that Rahu energy, and Mercury I know is already in Leo, so that's probably why I was getting confused, because Mercury just went into Leo. Mercury's going to back up into Cancer for the eclipse season. And so we've got the July 2nd eclipse in Cancer, and then we've got the July 16th eclipse in Capricorn. So they're a pair. I wouldn't separate them in your mind. I would think of them as like two parts of a story, part one and part two. And in fact, you might have seen in some of my other recent promotions that I'm in the process of creating, well, actually, we've actually already started. We've got a group forming already for the upcoming new moon solar eclipse. These P7s I do, they're derivatives of Project 40s. They're 7-day alchemies. So I do them only for eclipse season typically, because, or something like as potent as an eclipse season, because it's a time to really focus. Eclipses kind of have a reverb. I mean, they have a reverb of about 6 months, but the immediate reverb is about 7 days. And there's an alchemy in 7 days as well as the 40 days, because there's the Saturn alchemy of the 7 days, like the 7 planets, the 7 chakras, the 7 days of the week. So something very powerful also happens in 7 days. And I'm teaming up with Caitlin Foisey, who I do a lot of my magical work with, and we're creating 7 days of rituals, tarot journaling spreads, Jungian alchemy, all the stuff I always like to infuse into these magical journeys to help you really get the most out of whatever this eclipse is triggering in your own horoscope and in your psyche and in your life. So if you haven't done one of these with me before, I hope you'll join me. I do give a money back guarantee because the success rate, I mean, it's not even success, but just happiness and transformation and something actually happening after 7 days. You know, it's pretty remarkable, the amount of growth, the amount of insights that can happen. And it's the combination of the eclipse and then working with the eclipse in this way that, you know, it's very intentional, it's very directed, and rituals make everything really come to life. So I hope you'll join us for that. And we'll do a part 2 for the Capricorn eclipse for the week of the 16th. But right now we're just focusing on the part 1, which is called the Breath of the Unknown. Because you might have noticed during this time, we really are feeling like, where are we? Who are we? What is happening? What is happening next week? I don't even know. Even people that I know that are typically big planners and love to plan and, you know, have, you know, their next 5 to 10 years mapped out, or maybe even longer. Some people have like the next 20-year plan. Most people I know that I've been talking to recently don't even know what's happening in the next 5 days. It's just really hard to see what's coming. So it's a time of living with the unknown and finding comfort in the moment and just trusting that we can't really make big plans right now because we can't see what's around the bend. So we have to just go with the flow, with the moment, and just kind of allow what's unfolding. And let's not forget, we're in the year of the Hangman. It's the number 3 year, which is the Empress, 12, which is the Hangman, which adds up to 3. And it's also the world, Saturn. So it's big karmic purging year, especially with that. We're in that long term. I mean, it's amazing how tight Saturn and the South Node, or K2, are all summer long. I mean, it's really not going to let up until October. So it's a really intense and long journey of letting go of really deeply entrenched karmic patterns, fears, our inner demons. I always think of Capricorn, as I've said in other videos, as the archetype of the devil. So really letting go of our guilt, fear, shame, and just whatever we've given our power to. I know I've talked about this in a lot of my videos, so I don't mean to be repetitive, but since the theme is repetitive and it keeps coming up, I guess it's worth bringing up over and over, because we do quickly forget, right? It doesn't take a lot for us to forget what the planets are asking of us. So this is a good time, and we're being asked, okay, what is home? How do we want to mother ourselves in a healthier way? What is self-care? What's happening in our stomach? Because Cancer also rules the stomach, so a lot of people have been having stomach issues lately. What about the stomach ache? What about undigested emotional patterns and feelings and just stuff that gets stuck in our stomach and our digestion? So you might have noticed that happening, stuff in the belly. And Cancer also rules the breasts, so it has that nurturing theme and how you really take care of yourself, what nourishes you. And it's also, as I mentioned, the mother. So the archetype of the mother, how we create a home, how we take emotional care of ourselves, how we protect ourselves. Our emotional defense system is also Cancer. So the way we defend against hurt, the way we might be a little bit indirect, because Cancer has that shell, and we might sidle up to things rather than approach them directly. It's a Cancer thing. So this is really a time to assess how we deal with our emotional defenses and emotions that have perhaps brought us into a place of getting stuck in the past or wallowing too much, and where we're maybe letting nostalgia keep us in the grips of the past, like the glory days kind of thing, and not moving forward into at least getting into the present moment. We don't even have to go into the future yet, but how do we get really present? So this is a big Cancer theme, because we can definitely get locked up in the past. And also looking at our emotional attachment style as Cancer, looking at what makes us feel secure on an emotional level. And I think most importantly with this eclipse, we're going to see a lot of, since it's a new moon solar eclipse, planting seeds about new ways of working through our feelings, like how we deal with our negative emotions. We have to look now at maybe when emotions get stormy, how do we find constructive ways of feeling our way through and trusting our feelings without wallowing in them, reacting, because Cancer can be a very emotionally reactive sign. And because of the super sensitivity, all the water signs can be, Cancer can just kind of be a little bit crabby. So we might feel a little crabby, cranky, moody during this eclipse. We might feel like we just want to hide out at home. I know I do. I just am loving my home. I don't really want to go anywhere but be home lately, and feeling very attached to my home. So you might be feeling that, especially now that I've cleared it out and have it exactly how I love it. But it's a good time to really nest and just be in your home and just really enjoy, what's another word besides nesting? Like just, hunkering down at home. So it's a great time for that and taking care of your feelings. And and I really hope you'll join us for the next P7 starting on Monday, this Monday, July 1st, getting ready for the eclipse, the week of the eclipse, the first part. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me, and thanks so much for watching. And please share with anyone you think is going through a difficult time with this Cancer energy. It's certainly emotionally heavy, but a lot of opportunities for healing and growth, as always with all the eclipses. So thanks so much.